What up, Tucson, Arizona? This is the Call Me Cray-Zee show, December 12th. Fuck! Never mind. Okay. What up, Tucson, Arizona? This is the Call Me Cray-Zee show. We're going to get started off by saying it was episode 148. Now we're going to say episode 148. But anyways, this is the Call Me Cray-Zee show, episode 148, and I'm so glad to be here. It's 2006. I was hoping that your New Year's was a blast. I know I had a great time. And like always, December 31st of every year always tends to get a little crazy. But this year it was a little tamed down, a little more. As soon as I get older, it gets a little tamer every year. But anyways, like I want to say, I hope you guys had a great time. A couple of things I want to let you guys know about before I go off again is that one of our greatest comedians of all time, hilarious guy. He's one of the most funniest movies ever, I think, with Gene Wilder, called Stir Cray-Zee. But anyway, Richard Pryor is dead. He died almost 2 weeks ago. But it's too bad that he died of a heart attack. We all remember that they had a movie called JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, which was like almost an autobiography of Richard Pryor and about the drugs and his womanizing and whatnot. You know, I never did read too much about Richard Pryor. I know that in the 70s he was really, really into drugs, and he knew a lot of people in Los Angeles, including Cheech and Chong, I presume, or I read somewhere. But if I'm correct, I think Richard Pryor had a Cheech and Chong room with pretty much everything in the room with Cheech and Chong. So I'll look up into that too. And then what else I want to say is there's nothing much more that I want to say other than the fact that he died. Oh, I did see some movie previews last year in '05. I saw the movie preview for, excuse me, Superman, I think it's being directed by Brett Ratner or Bryan Singer. I don't remember which. But anyways, I saw the preview trailer for Superman. It looks okay. I'll have to see some more of it. But I only did see it once, but it looks okay. His suit and cape is still the original red and blue. But the emblem I saw, from what I noticed, is a little smaller. Not the original, big as the chest, but a little smaller emblem. We'll see how far that goes in terms of box office. And then also I saw a movie preview for X-Men 3, people, and that looks like it's going to be a good one. You know, it's a wrap up. It's the third movie of the trilogy, and you know, it should be the one to top part 2 and 1. You know, which I think 1 is a great movie and 2 is even better, but hopefully 3 will really top it off. Because I thought 2 was a little over the top, which is good because, you know, part 2. But X-Men 3 looks like it'll be interesting, coming out the summer of 06. And what else I want to talk about? Last year, in 2005, Revenge of the Sith was the #1 DVD of the year. And what else I want to talk about? George W. Bush, still president. What else is new? But anyways, I gotta go. This is the end. My only friend in the end. But I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Gotta go run off and do what I gotta do. But 05 is over with, guys. It's 2006. Okay, see you in a couple of minutes, I guess. What up, Tucson, Arizona? This is the Call Me Cray-Zee show, episode 148. My first show of 2006, episode 148. It's amazing that I got this far. Couldn't have done it without the help of T-Triple-C and Marty, my editor. But anyways, I'm glad to be here. First things first is I want to talk about that 2006 is already here. It should make a difference in the world, but we'll see. First thing I want to talk about is, like every year since the first day the Statue of Liberty went up in New York City, when the first immigrants came in, there has been this issue of illegal immigration and what to do about it. Okay, it's a touchy subject, people, I know. As far as I'm concerned, if you live in Tucson, in some form or another, you are always affected by immigration, legal and illegal. You have your immigrants who do come into the country, who do go the legal way, which is going by applying for visas and whatnot, going through the bureaucratic paperwork. And then we have illegal immigration. Illegal immigration, that's a powerful word. I say it's going to be around for another 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. As far as I'm concerned, illegal immigration shouldn't be such a big problem in this country. Like I said, I'm going to be kind of not thorough in my point of view, but I'll let you know how I feel about illegal immigration. Right now, we have a lot of politicians who want to curb illegal immigration by adding up walls on the border, hiring more border patrol agents, hiring more surveillance non-manned aircraft to keep an eye on the border, and which is fine, you know. And their excuse is, and it's a good excuse, that we don't want to bring any terrorists in undetected. Fair enough. All I'm saying, if the U.S. government were out of the blue one day, it was possible. One day the U.S. government said, you know what, today is going to be the first day no illegal immigrants can ever come into the U.S. because we have this new technology where we can detect who are unwanted in the U.S. So basically, I'm just saying a hypothetical situation in the future where somehow if you are not a U.S. citizen and you're in the U.S., the federal government of the United States government of the U.S. would find out within 10 minutes that you were unwanted in the U.S. And you know what? And some people want to have that hypothetical situation come to life. I say almost all politicians want to curb illegal immigration, where they get the trickle of illegal immigrants coming in through the Mexican border and the Canadian border, which is not Mexican apparently. But either way, if that were to happen the day that there's no illegal immigration, no migration whatsoever, and I'm going to say illegal too, we might as well say goodbye to Mexican restaurants, Korean restaurants, Mandarin restaurants. We can say goodbye to landscaping, say goodbye to janitorial work, say goodbye to manual labor positions all over the country. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want no illegal immigrants in this country at all. I don't want no illegal immigrants." But if you know, and that night when they vote no, I don't want no illegal immigrants in the country, they're gonna go to Taco Bell and the drive-thru. We're open late. They're gonna go to Taco Bell. "Oh, I want a grilled stuffed burrito," and they're gonna say, "What the fuck? It's closed." Yeah, thanks to you, buddy. There's no more Taco Bell because you made illegal immigration be so bad nobody can be in the country. So that's what I'm saying is, if we're gonna have no illegal immigration, we might as well say goodbye to Walmart, say goodbye to everything else that we have in our life, because illegal immigration was to ever stop, ever, the U.S. economy would be so out of whack, it wouldn't even be funny. So it's a yin and yang situation. We gotta let some of those illegal immigrants come in, because we gotta let some of the rich folks who own the mansion, they need to have their lawn manicured. Okay, so it's a no win, lose situation. You know what I'm saying? Where else in the world can you find a job where you can water plants for so much dollars an hour? You know, you can't be in Ethiopia and be a gardener, can you? No. You can't be an Eskimo in Alaska trying to grow a cactus. It don't work. You gotta have a balance, you know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna have illegal immigration be at a standstill, get ready then, U.S. You know, the U.S. is so quick to say, "Oh, all these people coming into the Mexican border, they're criminals, they're no good. They're surrounded by people in a close circle of a criminal element." It's just not fair to label that, because you gotta remember too, some of them are refugees. They're trying to escape a very bad place. And what place in the world is not the best place to escape to? The good old USA, mom and apple pie. But you know what? It's been pissing me off more and more every week. I'm reading about the immigration. You know, they're going to find ways how to deal with it. I just read the other day they have more border patrols. They're going to try to build some more walls where they can't smuggle illegal immigrants over. All I gotta say, if we don't want illegal immigrants in this country, just say goodbye to life. That's pretty much it. You know, so don't ever say that illegal immigration is bad, because illegal immigration is making it possible for you to get that freaking burger to drive through at 2:30 at night and having your lawn water at 8:30 on Sunday morning, because you got some poor guy out there that you're only paying $5.15 an hour to water your lawn 5 days a week with no health insurance, and he shows up every day on time, and yet you have no sympathy for the guy. So it just goes to show America is full of irony, which is okay. I love America. I will always love America. I love America, but I want everybody to get a piece of the pie too, because America was founded on immigration. You ever hear, "Oh, I'm from German descent, I'm from Russian descent, I'm from Spanish descent," which I am. You know, and if it wasn't for the migration of the last 2 centuries, they wouldn't be in America. For all you folks who think who are holding public office, who think that illegal immigration is bad, then you know what? You shouldn't be in public office, because if you got to be in public office, you should not have a narrow-minded view. That's all I got to say about that. And you know what? The war in Iraq is still going on. Read some good news finally. This morning I read that the Iraq War, or Persian Gulf War 2, there's been 25% less casualties on the U.S. side, which is great, but not good, because that means our U.S. soldiers are still getting wounded and killed. But to know that 25% of U.S. casualties is down is good. You know, so in my book, 2006, illegal immigration and the Iraqi war, and pretty much politics in the Bush administration is going to be the biggest topics that we'll be talking about this year. That's all I can say. The price of gas is going up. Why is it going up? It all ties into the Iraqi war. What more can we talk about this year? We'll see. It means it's year 6 of the Bush administration. Let's see what more fuck-ups he can do this year. Don't call me unpatriotic. I'm not. I love America. It don't mean I have to like some of the officials. You know, I don't think there's any good politicians out there at all. Maybe except for John McCain, maybe John Kerry, or maybe even Joseph Lieberman. Sure, he's Jewish, but in my book, I don't base my friendship on religious orientation, if you will, if that's a word. I don't base my friendship on anybody on the race, color, or creed, just like what certain people used to talk about back in 1968. Today, as you all know, is Martin Luther King Day. I Have the Dream speech was made back in 1963, which made him famous, but he was gunned down on April 12, 1968 in Memphis. And, you know, some people say the dream has been dead ever since, and some people say the dream is still alive and kicking. So from your point of view, you know, if you're a Hurricane Katrina victim, and you know, that was horrible that happened last year, but if you're a Hurricane Katrina victim, chances are you didn't get help right away. Oh, but God forbid let Washington, D.C. get a hurricane and they're flooded. Oh, they won't go 3 or 4 days without help. They'll have help within hours. So it goes to show you where the power players are. You know, so don't ever assume that the people who are telling you in office that they'll do this and this, and they say they'll do that, but once they're in office, they don't do nothing. So don't ever assume. Keep your head up. The country is destined for great things again. You know, once we get this new president coming in 08, things should get back to normal. You know, I get the feeling that later on down in history, in U.S. history, in U.S. textbooks in high schools and colleges and universities and junior colleges, they'll mention the year 2000 to the year 2008 or Mango Vietnam-ish year. Because to tell the truth, I can get horrified by what much problem President Bush has brought us. So until next time, folks, I'm out of here. I got to go play Trivial Pursuit. And then I'm out of here. But don't forget, Martin Luther King was a great man. As a kid, I read his speech. It gets too bad. A lot of people haven't read his speech ever. His speech was in Washington in 1963 called I Have a Dream speech. So it was a great speech, also one of the greatest men who ever lived. And you know, I don't care if he had extramarital affairs, you know. It's not for me to judge. Everybody has sex, and everybody. So if you want to cheat on your wife, cheat on your wife. It's on you. It's not on me. It's not on him. It's not on her. It's not on that pig. It's not on nobody. If you want to cheat on your wife, do it. If you want to cheat on your husband, do it. You know, and if you want to let the whole world know, then do it. But as far as my concern is, Martin Luther King had the right cause, and you know, he was just a human being just like anybody else. So, you know, So he got horny once in a while. But either way, Kenny did it too, and and who's to say a lot of other intelligent people who made a difference in human history for the better of the human soul. To me, that makes a lot more sense than their other problem concerning women and whatnot. Okay, I'm out of here, folks. This is episode 148. Call me Cray-Zee, first show of the year. And I'm making a pledge, man, to make Call Me Cray-Zee this year a more angry version. I feel past 3 years I've been slacking off due to the fact that I've been in my own situations. But 2006 Call Me Cray-Zee is going to be awesome. I hope you had a good one this episode. I thought I put a lot of points out there. Until next time, people, hasta la vista. I'm going down, guys.
Me and Ray fucking around, take one off.
Hello. What's up? Nothing? Yeah, Jason called. Would you call him? Yeah. Need your what? Okay, well, yeah. All right, later.